Let's talk about the dark side of dropshipping for a minute. Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Ricky Hayes. Pleasure to have you on the channel. Let's get straight into it. Reason number one. This is an industry of fakes. Okay, and as someone that considers himself to not be a fake, the definition of fake is a very subjective thing, of course, and I'm sure many think I am fake too. So I am not going to hide my critics. I never try and hide negative feedback. I think it's very important. Okay, if you're a very honest person, you should have nothing to hide, and I don't have anything to hide. The same as many other people in this space. There are many good people in this space, but the reality is they're always foreshadowed by the fakes. Okay, I have to make these videos every now and again because it just really irks me. I follow a lot of these people like CoffeeZilla, e-commerce baller, and people on Instagram that reveal these people with legitimate facts. So I just want to make some points of things that you should look out for to avoid. Okay, sales shots are used again as social proof. Okay, so I have tons of sales shots, tons. Okay, it's not hard to get sales shots. I have client stores, I have my own stores. I can get a million of those. It is not hard to get sales shots, but it is not indicative of real skill. Okay, people think that a sales shot is indicative of skill. A lot of the times it's not at all, and most of them are just purely prying on the fact that you don't know any better. Okay, just one thing I've always looked at, and I've said to heaps of people, is an expert in our industry is someone that has 1% more than the masses. Okay, now I consistently find this. All these large known figures have just 1% more than most of the masses, and they just know 1%, and that just makes them an expert because they know more than you. They don't really know anything. I've spoken to these people, I've seen how they teach, whatever, and it is so basic. It is ridiculous, and it is stuff that legitimately you can just find on YouTube. I'm not joking. I'm not promoting anything here, but you can just find this information yourself on YouTube. Okay, you can just go on YouTube, find that information, and you're done. You don't even need to buy their $1,000, $2,000 course. It has nothing revolutionary. It's only the few and the far between. Okay, just always remember that we're in an industry of marketers. Okay, to build an e-commerce business, you're a marketer. Okay, getting sales is not hard, and we're all marketers. So there's a lot of people that are being revealed as complete liars, and they always come back and they just wash it under the rug and then just go back to being normal and continue on from there. Remember, we're an industry of marketers, not businessmen or women. Okay, those who understand that sentence will understand the difference. It is a massive difference. I am someone that personally follows the share trading market. You know, I don't trade every day. I'm more a long-term investor is sort of how I approach the market. And so I follow people that are actually got massive companies, like companies that have been around 10, 20 years or 5, 10 years, whatever, and do 50, 100 million, $1 billion plus a year in their business. And they don't care about any of this crap. They don't care about sales shots. They all just care about profit. That's it. All they care about is profit. They don't take any of these sales shots or any of the cars or the mansions or any of that serious. They take profit serious. And they have to, because they're in the industry of real business. They actually treat it like a real business. We're small fish, we're entrepreneurs, but it's a term used that's meant to be full of pride, but it's really lost its value. The word entrepreneur has lost its value because it's used so readily, because it's meant to, for our community, hold a lot of pride. But for a lot of people, really, it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, I like to look at it as I approach a business as a businessman, and if you're a woman, a businesswoman. Okay, not an entrepreneur. You're not someone that's developing something completely new that is going to revolutionize the market. You're not the next Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, the reality is you're just building another business. If you think about it, dropshipping, it's just a business. You're not an entrepreneur by just building an already established business model. If you go to a coffee shop, do you say to them that they're an entrepreneur, or do you just say to them that they're a small business owner? Okay, most of the time you're going to say they're a small business owner. Understand the difference. It's very, very, very important. Now, I'm sorry to say that I know that I have most of my channel is 25 and up. Most of my channel is 25 to 54, about 68%, and then I think it's like 33 or whatever. That's 18 to 24. So I know I have a number of 18 to 24s that follow me, and I respect you all very dearly. But I want to make it very clear that it's mainly the 18 to 24-year-olds that you guys are pride on. 18 to 34 is the main, 18 to 24 is the primary, 25 to 34 is the secondary. Okay, and that's why I've got an older demographic, because the older someone gets, the more mature. Maturity does become a thing. I'm 28 years old, and I'm only starting to realize now that I'm actually starting to mature as a individual, businessman, so on and so forth. Okay, it really does that. Most of the time, as you do grow it, your experiences does lead to greater maturity in life. And 18 and 24, you're still very young. Okay, and I'm sorry to say that most of you are the ones that are targeted for this. Less educated as well. Okay, most of you will be going to college or getting your first part-time position. Always the same script of that they started part-time, delivering pizzas, working in a grocery store, whatever, and they just get a screenshot of that, as relatability and all that crap, and then show like how they started a dropshipping business and now they're rich. Okay, because they're fulfilling the dream, relating to you, and then if you're able to do it, so can I. You're in very similar circumstances. It's a very scripted way of marketing, and I'm sure in many regards many of them are actually quite factual, but most of them are just using the exact same script. And if you look at most of these channels, you'll see probably about 90 to 95% of the time nearly the exact same script, but slightly tailored to their own situation. And I'm sure that they're telling the truth in many of these, but it's like such a copy and paste script that I could make it in 5 minutes. And so for the 18 to 24-year-olds who actually watch my stuff especially and actually enjoy my content, please be very aware of this, that you are the ones targeted, because you're the second biggest audience on YouTube. The 12 to 18 year olds is the biggest kids, and then it's 18 to 24 year olds, and that's simply because 12 to 18, they have a lot more time on their hands. Once you become an adult, you're actually getting a job, you're in relationships, you're traveling, whatever that may be. And so please just be very mindful of it. These courses are crap, absolute crap, and I'll never buy them. Okay, I just got asked last night about who I look up to. I look up to the tiny fish. Okay, like just with my interview with, for instance, Nick Armenis, I look up to him very, very much. He teaches raw, real skills. When you see a YouTube channel using the same script time and time again, from going from broke to rich, all of that, then just walk away. Walk away. You're going to be taught such vague stuff, and it's always crap. Always crap. Learn the real skills. Okay, I know for a fact that a heap of people that don't subscribe or whatever to my channel, but they'll just watch my videos and they just refurbish it, and then they'll use it for their channel and it blows up. Okay, I actually work day in, day out, and I can attribute that to my skills. I work in from like 7 o'clock through till like 11 at night. I do other things, but the point is that most of these people just copy what I do, and then they refurbish it to a wider audience, because they got a more engaged audience where they make it more engaging. Mine's more boring and mundane, and then they just blow up and they're the expert, right? Anyway, but also moving on, I've always said this. I think this is like my third or fourth video over a number of, since I've started YouTube, but I've done this, and I'm very vocal about it in my Facebook group and stuff as well. Links down below if you want to join that group. It's free. But like sports cars, mansions, private jets, beaches, and I'm not joking, and I'm not being in any regards abusive, but women are very much used, because this is a male-dominated industry. I think I would be pretty accurate in saying that it'd be 80 to 90% minimum would be males. So it's a very male-dominated industry with the word entrepreneur and all of that. Very prideful, very arrogant bunch of people. Okay, we have very, very big egos, and obviously one of the things people look for is the perfect woman, right? So like that's legitimately what they use in these, where they're promoting that to get that attention. See any of those, just leave. Okay, it always distracts you from the fact that they are full of shit. If they're doing all of that, it's purely, the way I look at it, is to sell you the dream, and it's to distract you from the fact that business is hard. Okay, business is hard, and it's never going to be easy. It's always going to be hard. In fact, it's only going to get harder. I just read an article this week here in Australia because of e-commerce booming, obviously, like beyond a joke right now because of the pandemic, and obviously it's a very tragic thing. And then we're going to see this around the world. I completely knew this was going to happen, that they're going to be enforcing more legislation and laws and control in the e-commerce space. So over the next 12 months, mark my words, Shopify is going to be even more strict when it comes to dropshipping and stuff. Facebook's going to become more strict. Everything's going to become more strict to the next level. And you need to be prepared for that, because I guarantee it's going to happen. And if you aren't, you will see the ramifications of those actions. Okay, I honestly see that there's going to be a lot of things, and a lot of people are going to lose their businesses. People who never talk about anything other than Facebook ads, I'm sorry to say, you're just trash. If you're watching this and all you talk about is Facebook, I don't care if you know that that's all that gets attention, you're trash. Okay, Facebook ads is crap. And I want to make it very clear, I hate Facebook ads. I've got an issue at the moment where Facebook ads have banned one of my business managers for no reason at all, and their support is atrocious. Even under the pandemic, they can work from home. It is atrocious. Okay, I've had it happen to me. This is the first time, and it's a joke. And I don't even know why. The support is pathetic. I'm working through it, but Facebook ads is trash. Okay, I have a new store that's been doing like, I don't know, $500 a day, and I've been working on it like 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, and been more focusing on the business side. Been spending like $40 for $500. That is guaranteed profit. Once you get to like a 10x margin, you can't lose. Okay, whereas with Facebook, mostly you're hitting like a 2 ROAS if you're doing good. I've seen stupid sales shots in like different Facebook groups of people that are like proud that they're getting their client like a 2, when you can clearly tell from their screenshot that they've done an absolutely piss poor job. Because if hit 2, it means everything. Like, Facebook ads is crap. Okay, Facebook ads is a great starting point, and it's used for beginners to get them into it because it's so beginner friendly. I keep saying that. You compare Facebook to Google, Facebook is 100% something that you can get into in like that, whereas Google requires a lot more upfront skill, but long term makes a lot more profit. Even in the short term makes a lot more profit. And so it's always my recommendation that you should look out for that and look at people that actually talk about diversification of marketing streams. Because if you do, those people actually know their stuff. Like, we're starting to see it already, you know, an increase in the amount of people talking about Google ads and stuff, because Facebook is crap. It is crap. And, you know, then there's YouTube ads, there's Bing ads. I do them all. Why not? They're all very similar. They just require different types of skill sets. So look out for that. Anyone who says that e-commerce is easy is a liar and is trash. Absolute liar and trash. E-commerce is not easy, okay? It's like any business. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes skill, okay? I always will say that e-commerce is hard. And because it is hard, if you really want to provide the best quality experience to your customers, then that is not easy. You need automation, you need great customer service, you need a great product, you need great shipping, okay, you need great returns, you need packaging, you need to spend a good amount of money to get your name out there. It is not easy. There's a lot of factors that contribute to it. Anyone who says that you can start on $10 is not only a lie, but sorry, you're a retard. You're stupid. And like, I've seen a ton of these videos on how to start on zero. Start completely on zero. That seems to be the, and again, clearly that's aimed at like 14 to 24-year-old males. Don't start on $0. How can you even spend $1 on ads? Okay, you know, the whole goal is you get like influencers, but you can't even fulfill your product. You can't even fulfill your product. If you have no money, how can you buy the product that someone buys from you? How? It is ridiculous. And even $10 is ridiculous. I'll always say $1,000. Minimum, $1,000. So reason number 2, as I've said, business is never easy. I don't really follow entrepreneurs. Most of them just are small fish with a business mind. They just talk about the business stuff. They talk a lot of theory. They never show the practical, really. They just show a lot of crap. They own huge companies. You don't have a business by opening a Shopify store. I want to, you know, I'm playing hardball here. You don't have a business by opening a Shopify store. So there's a common common thread that it seems that people think by opening a Shopify store that they have a business. You don't have a business. You don't even have a customer. It takes 6 to 12 months for you to have an established business. Okay? I don't define a lot of my businesses as businesses until I have them for 6 to 12 months, because I want to see consistency and I want to put various building blocks in place to build an actual business. Building a business takes time. Opening a Shopify store, anyone can do in 5 seconds. That's just an account. It means nothing. You don't have it after a week. It takes, as I said, 6 to 12 months. For example, to give you an idea, the business is never easy. Taxes. I have to pay taxes. GST. Okay, here in Australia. Okay, there's that. I have my personal income tax. You have your shipping. Okay, depending on where you're shipping, you have different shipping rates based on the size, the quantity, various factors all contribute to that. The shipping costs. You have refunds. You're going to always have refunds. You're going to have refunds. You're always going to have returns. You're always going to have exchanges. You're going to have some disputes. If you're getting a lot of disputes, you're doing business bad. You're going to have staff costs. Okay, customer service. Customer service, handling, if you have media buyers, SEO, blogs, just to name a few. Okay, that is just the beginning of it all. And so you're going to have a lot of staff costs. As I said, customer service is so cheap, but people still don't do it. You're going to have product cost. Obviously, if you sell a product for $50, it's going to cost you $10. That adds up. You're going to have app costs. Okay, I spend big on apps because I like to automate my business and have more consistency where I have more free time. But that then is a cost. I have accounting costs. I have monthly recurring accounting costs. So for my various companies, that I can manage them properly. And that's just part of business. Legal costs. Okay, if I want to file trademarks, if I need contracts, if I need to file a legal claim, whatever, those are not cheap. Okay, but they need to happen, and those are costs that are expected that you should look at trying to factor in. And then you have miscellaneous costs. You're always going to have something out of the blue that is not listed there that is going to bite you. Okay, and that's just a number of examples. Miscellaneous can come under a ton of different factors. Okay, email marketing, you might have to staff member has not been paid for a period of time, you have to back pay them, just various things like that. You're all going to encounter these types of things if you're operating a real business. And I assure you, most people are probably not even factoring in probably 1 to 2 of those really, because they just try and avoid that. But if you want to operate a legitimate business, that is why business is not easy. Okay, as I said, I follow these big companies. All they talk about, whether they're e-commerce, a lot of them are not. They're like SaaS, software as a service, like Dropshipping. They talk about their tax amortization, their overall operating costs. So reason number 3, dropshipping is not sustainable. So I've seen that, dropshipping is seen as the next, as the current gold rush. Okay, to small fry, being us as a whole community, dropshipping is seen as the current gold rush. You got the pick and there's the mine and they get the gold. It's not sustainable. And as I said just earlier, there's going to be more enforcements that's going to make dropshipping harder. It doesn't mean it's going to die by any means. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but it means it's going to get harder, and you need to be more savvy and smart up front. Okay, competition is going to get 10 times more fierce, especially now that e-commerce is seen as the real gold rush. It was starting to see it. Now with the pandemic, it literally just put it front and center. Massive retail companies are forcing to go online and stuff as well. So it is not a sustainable business model, as you'll never really build something people are excited about. I mean, items your customers can get, can take a long period of time. Sorry about that. People don't want to wait 2 to 8 weeks for shipping. A lot of people will put up with it, okay, but they'll never buy from you again. All right. So it's not a sustainable business model. It's only ever a means to an end. You'll always churn through customers. The thing with dropshipping is, and I still do it in the very early stages, but I make it very clear to customers and I make sure to give them every opportunity they can and keep them as updated as possible about that. You're going to churn through customers rather than getting them back as repeat customers. So I try and find a winning product as soon as possible. And once I see consistency, I'm going to do a bulk order, massive bulk order, get it shipped to a fulfillment center. Okay, even if it's my own house, whatever, it doesn't matter, but preferably a fulfillment center. And the customers who have purchased, I'll tell them, that the shipping may be a bit more delayed. We appreciate your patience. If you do wish for a refund, 50% refund, if you wish to wait, you're more than welcome. If you want a full refund, we apologize. I don't normally like to do that, but it's always something that I offer because I don't want to get a charge back, and I like to be as honest as possible, and I just don't think it's right. And so I'll purely test a product, and when I find that it's doing good, I'll spend big. Okay, take that risk. You need to take that risk too, and that's why I'm saying that you need to have good capital, because dropshipping is not a sustainable business model, and it's not good. Like, to build a sustainable business, you need to move away from dropshipping and focus on bulk orders into warehouses, great products, great customer service, great shipping, and people trust you. That's all you need. Okay, that's all you need. It isn't hard. Okay, but you need to have some money behind you to do it. And I'm sorry to say that if you think that you can just get away with giving customers a bad experience, you're not. You're ruining it for everyone, okay, in the entire industry. And that's why, that's why I've always have said you should build a brand, whatever it may be. Building a brand is just literally defined as giving a customer a good experience. Okay, and there's no such thing as perfect, but you should always be striving for perfection. Most people just think that dropshipping is just an easy goal, like where basically you work from home. All you need is a stupid phone, a laptop, and Wi-Fi. You never need to touch a product. You never need to see the product. You never need to do anything more other than just running some simple Facebook ads and getting sales and cha-ching, 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 and then you're rich. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. And I really dislike that mentality, and I know that most people don't appreciate that, but that's the truth. I'm even starting to see a trend at the moment, how to start running ads, like finding a product and running ads within 20 minutes, or building a store within 6 seconds, whatever, because I'm so impatient. Don't be impatient, okay? Build the skills, take the time, learn the skills, build them, and you have them for life. Okay, I don't get jealous of people with their stupid sales shots. I get jealous of someone's skills. Okay, real skills, not their stupid fake skills we see all the time. You should ask yourself, would you buy from a place with 4 to 8 week delivery consistently? No. You would if you knew that that's what you're buying from. So let's talk about Wish. That's expected. You're buying dirt cheap. Okay, dirt cheap, and so you expect that. You're fine with that. But if you're paying a premium, okay, even if you don't know, but you know that to some extent you're paying a premium, you want a bit more of a premium experience. Okay, just look at it exactly how you would in every element of your life. I am 100% sure that you would be in the exact same position as every other customer. Okay, treat your customers like they are a god, because they are. They are the god that puts money in your back pocket. Okay? They are the ones providing you income. They are the ones that help you to leave your 9 to 5 position or whatever your aspirations are in life, and allow you to achieve those goals. So treat them like royalty. People just like to be treated fairly. Simple. Okay? I'm not perfect, but I always try and do what's best by my customers, and I find 97% of the time I am fine. Okay? So, reason number 4, I just had to put this in here. More to life than Facebook ads. Jesus Christ. I'm sort of repeating myself here, but I have preached this many times in my channel, and I'll preach it again. Facebook ads is not great. In fact, I think it is crap compared to Google. Final, if for instance you're watching this, which hopefully you are, he's an example. You can talk to him. I just saw like something in Discord of him. I think he spent like $200 for like 2,400 back or something like that. I think it was, whatever it was. Anyway, and that was just on Google. And he probably, I'm guessing, spent 20 minutes of work to get that. Okay, and it's guaranteed profit. You cannot lose with that. You could spend a stupid amount to get the product delivered to the customer, and I guarantee you still would have made like $500, $1,000 minimum. Okay? Facebook is crap. I understand that. I have videos in my channel that are worth more than a lot of these paid courses. Okay? You can go and watch them. They're very detailed, and yeah, it might be boring, but the money is in the detail. Google is amazing. Okay, I get people who watch the videos consistently getting 5 to 20 right. So I just had someone on Instagram message me. I think they've done like 115,000 last month for like $15,000. $15,000. Like, as I said, like with Google, Facebook, you used to, for $15,000, you're doing exceptionally well if you're getting 30,000 back in revenue. Whereas with Google, 15,000, 100,000 back, I know where my money is going to sit, and that's what you need to do as well. Facebook is not designed for selling, it's designed for socializing. It's just been morphed into a selling platform that is for e-commerce that works extremely well, but it is not originally designed for it. Google is designed for selling. Okay, you can sell anything on Google. You can't sell everything on Facebook. It is not designed for that. Everything's on Google because it's a search engine. It literally has everything you can look for in the entire world. So yes, it is designed for selling. You're always going to see a higher conversion rate. You're always going to see better consistency. You also have the capacity, because Google owns YouTube. It's exactly like Facebook. It admittedly is much harder because most people don't know how to use it properly, which is good. It means that there's less competition. It means more opportunity. Okay, so you literally have YouTube. Okay, I know Facebook have Instagram, but you literally have the equivalent of Facebook with Google as well. Plus Google's, you have a search engine. Like YouTube is Facebook on steroids, because you have the power of Google with the power of video. It's just a no-brainer, and you should seriously start looking into that. I don't care about the difficulty. You should look into it if you really want to build a sustainable business. The money is always where the hardest part is. I always look at it like I play computer games, right, and video games and PS4, right? So I'm to get the platinum achievement in like a PS4 game, you need to do every other achievement. It's the hardest to get, but it's the most rewarding, right? It's the exact same thing when you're doing, your business. Facebook, good points, okay? I'm not going to deny, is that it's great for heavy scaling, fast scaling, okay? But it's really bad for profit margins, okay? As it wavers all the time, okay? I speak to people that they're doing really well one week, and then the next week it's like, they're in the middle of the desert. Okay, that's just the truth of it. Facebook requires a lot of attention. Personally, think of it as like taking care of a child. They'll just whinge at any moment. They'll have good periods and they'll just be bad. Whereas with Google, it's like you're speaking to a really mature person, and it just works so well. And everything makes sense in Google. Once you get into it, the more you get into Google, you're like, everything just makes sense. How you test makes sense. How you optimize makes sense. How you scale makes sense. It just makes sense. Okay, and you're always going to be far more profitable, even if in the short term you're not. In the long term you are. Okay, as I said, I've been spending $50 a day for $500, and I've just been getting the items fulfilled and been making about $250 profit. Okay, there you go. And I spend about $10 minutes a day on it, and I can just focus on other areas of the business, which is what I intend to do, just as an example. If you truly care about making an income, I can tell you now, the ones who are making the insane cash are on Google. Okay, every single time. The ones who are making the real insane cash are on Google. And I'm not talking about just in the entrepreneur space, I'm talking about huge companies. They use Facebook, but you'll know, like the more you look into it, you'll notice that they pretty much just use Google. Search engines are always going to be better than social media marketing. Social media marketing is quick, it's easy, so it very much is tailored to people that want to get rich quick. But for people who are in the know, Google always does better. I've sort of explained point number 10. I'll be honest, Facebook has the worst support in the world. I hate their support channels, it's pathetic. Even when you get support, it's very, very vague and very useless feedback on how to fix issues or how to blah, blah, blah. Their consultants are, just terrible. Anyway, and has the most buggy platform in the world. Like the dashboard is so bad, I hate it. Constantly just has to reload or crash. Okay, that's why I use third-party tools, so I can actually use it without blowing my head in. It's the most expensive marketing platform in the world. Okay, at higher levels, like people are, I did $1 million in a year, and how much did you spend on ads? $700,000, $300,000 on product, and blah, blah, but you got a sales shot, right? You got a sales shot. You must be doing something right. There's been literally people, just even of recent in other channels, that have been revealed that they didn't even fulfill orders, or the orders that they fulfilled were nothing like as described. Nothing, okay? And like not even slightly, but nothing. And and they do that because they're operating on such thin margins. They give them an inferior product and then just fob them off and think it'll be fine. No, that's bad business. I just want to make it clear, there is a world out there outside of Facebook. Google, Bing, YouTube, Pinterest, okay, organic, SEO, okay, blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels. I've seen entire people where their e-commerce business is based on their YouTube channel. So they build a YouTube following and people just go and buy their products. Legit takes longer, but the margins are insane because they're not spending money on ads. It's the exact same as like selling a course, where they build up their following, show how quick and easy Facebook is, and blah, 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 the same shit 100 times over. And then they sell their stupid course, and that's how they make their real money. I've seen tons of it, time and time again. 3 to 6 months, they build up an audience, show how they're an expert, how to build a Shopify store, how to run Facebook ads, how to find winning products. Here's 10 winning products. Oh, how I got started in this. My background from being broke, from starting on $0 to now I'm a millionaire. Blah, blah, blah. That is the exact same every time. The love of God. I don't even joke. If you go and watch 20 of these large channels that are significantly larger than mine, you'll see that as clear as daylight. They pretty much do that the exact same every single time. Or reviewing bad stores, or how this store makes this much money, or this and that. Just showing that it's possible. Because as long as one person gets success, it justifies the rest. When the reality is most failing, and failing hard. All right. So there is more to life than Facebook ads, and I really encourage you to look at these smaller channels that talk about various forms of other marketing. Okay, other marketing, not just mine, but there's plenty of others out there as well, and many of them also speak not just about dropshipping, but other forms of business. For instance, a popular one starting to become more popular now is print on demand. Okay, as an example, there is that business model as well. Different, not for the masses, but it's a fantastic way of also building a business from the beginning. All right, so those are the 4 main reasons. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you really did enjoy this. I needed to partly do this just to let off some steam. And I know a lot of people always ask me, who do I think is a fake person? And I'm never going to say that because I don't want to get involved in all of that. But I can tell you now that I think most in this space. Obviously, I trust a number of people in this space that are very honest and upfront. But a lot of them, no. And it's important that you understand that as well. Be very dubious. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect as a result. You should also be dubious of me. I always say take a cautious approach to everyone that you approach. And you should always make your own decisions. Less is more. And so what I mean by that is don't follow 100 YouTube channels. Follow a couple that actually speak about business. I always try and speak about business because I just enjoy it so much, legitimately enjoy it. It's probably one of the most enjoyable things on earth for me. And I really don't like to mislead people in saying how easy this is. I could easily make a ton of videos. I could make a parody video on how easy this business model is, and I could get a sale and then say, oh, I'm an expert, when it's a complete lie. All right. I focus very much on teaching people how to build a proper business that is sustainable for the short, medium, and long term. And that is very important. I'm never going to change that. Okay. A lot of people say that I should make my videos more hype based. I'm not going to do that. I've decided that even if it means that I don't grow much, I'm not going to do that. So I'm sorry to say that's not happening. I like the way that I teach. I enjoy the way that I teach, and I feel it's a very, very accurate way of teaching. And for those who are watching, who have their own YouTube channel, who steal my content, enjoy my content. Okay, I know you steal my stuff and then refurbish it. Okay, I don't hold any grudge against you, other than you should not lie to your audience and actually learn the skills yourself, because you just make a basic video, claim it as your own, and then pretty much put me down as if that I don't know that. So I really don't like that. So don't do that. And so anyway, I just wanted to have these links here as always. An additional one that I added was I've actually got a proper website. Still got some issues, but I wanted to make it as a central point where it has all my resources and stuff. Really just wanted to make that there so that you guys have as much info as possible, for various things. So that'll be updated regularly. All the other links are as normal, like the mastermind. If you do enjoy my channel, be sure to like, it helps with the growth of my channel. Of course, subscribe as well. Check out my channel. I generally have I think there's 160 videos there. And if you go and watch all of those, you'll probably have 99% more skills than most. And I also recommend to follow people on YouTube like CoffeeZilla. And there's a new one called e-commerce baller, for instance, on YouTube as well. And there's also Baller Busters on Instagram. I recommend following just those three legitimate resources that actually talk about the dark side of this space and the real reality of building a business, and that it's going to open your eyes to how easy it is to mislead and lie to people. And I really want you to be acutely aware of that. There's plenty of opportunity out there, I'm never going to lie about that, but the opportunity is always hard to seize, and those who are seizing it will always say that it's not easy and that it takes time. Those who say that it's easy and it takes no time, takes no skill, you just need a phone, laptop, and internet connection, you can do it within an hour, generally are liars. So don't follow that. Everything that is good and worth achieving in life always takes time, skill, and dedication. Think of it the same as if you go to college. There's a part of a reason you go to college or university that takes you years. Okay, you need to build up the maturity, you need to build up the skills, you need to build up the rapport, to get there. I know being an entrepreneur might go against the way of thinking of the greater community, but there is a reason that time is a legitimate factor. Time is your friend, not your enemy. Okay, and you need to be well aware of that. So when people say that it's within 5 minutes, or you can draw just a line and there you go, you got a line and you can do that heaps of times, or this, what is called drop servicing. What a stupid term. All of these new gimmicks that come up, they're all crap. Good business will never change. All of these get rich quick crap will always come around, and just ignore them. Okay, I ignore pretty much them all because they're not going to teach me anything new. In fact, I could teach them how to do some things 100 times better, but it's all obviously to get you in their funnel and show how easy it really is. Okay, so again, I hope you did enjoy today's video. I'm glad I let this off my chest. I want to do these every now and again because I'm seeing at the moment there has been a massive influx in the amount of hate towards a lot of these people, and I think it's a good thing. So I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you take care, and goodbye.